Okay. Let me get my husband's iPad back to where we were. I don't know how to work this thing. Okay, if you are catching a replay or two, this is a live stream, so it's going to be, it's going to be longer than a usual pour. Welcome back. Thanks, babe. He's helping me. Now I just have to figure out how to get his iPad back to the live stream. Yay, I look really goofy in that picture. Okay, is it sideways? Hey, Jody. Woohoo. I don't think this is it. Okay, we're good? Yay. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how to get my husband's laptop or Mac so I can see it. Take two. Oh my gosh, that picture's terrible. I have to get over that. Okay, yay. Awesome. I know, it's like we just talked to each other. Hey, Leanne, you made it. I hope I got the time zone right. I'm learning a lot about people's time differences. I tried to schedule it earlier for Saskia and Erica because they sometimes join when I do the daytime lives. But I wasn't off today like the last time, so it's the middle of the night. So I'm sorry, guys. So they'll probably catch us on the flip side. Okay, so I'm just going to give everybody a chance to get back in, and I'm going to scoot you back a little bit because I feel like you're just looking at my fluffiness right now. And sorry if you can see any mess. My tripod's up here, and I don't want to try to figure out the kind of height and all that, so I just put you on a phone stand for now. So what can I ramble about for a couple minutes to give everybody a chance to get back in? So we're gonna look at the Be Still My Heart set from Primary Elements. It is amazing. Not that we would have any doubt, because every one of the sets is more amazing than the other. Ooh, let me get my coffee. And I wore my super fancy painting shirt for you guys today so that I could be really dressed up for y'all. Because, I mean, we're just going to get paint all over it anyway, right? My husband was like, are you gonna change? Like, I'm just going to get dirty. So, and I already used up a couple of the ones I mixed up. So I'll mix up one or two with you guys because that is a common question. For blooms especially is, you know, how do you mix up your pigments? Which is honestly, they're super easy to mix up for blooms. Same thing with Prism Pour. I get that question a lot too. I just mix it right into my pouring medium. Leslie gave me a really good tip to do like a third of what you would mix your pouring medium for. Sorry, my brain is fried from work, so if I say dumb things, that's why. I blame my normal day-to-day stuff, or just being dingy, I guess. So you just mix a little bit in a cup, and then you mix in your primary elements till they dissolve really well, and then just add your pouring medium that you would use. So super easy. Just like anything, especially your pouring medium itself will separate because of the varnish. So if you go and use them and they look weird, it's just that the heavier particles like the mica have come down to the bottom. Well, I need to make you guys in charge again, right? Leslie and Judy, are you guys still in charge to boot people if you have to? If not, let me know and I'll do that. Now that I know how, because you guys told me, I feel very privileged. So the I see I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so they get kind of weird because the heavier mica particles kind of sink, but you mix them back up and it's fine. So that's normal. That happens. Even regular paint separates when you mix it with varnish and stuff. So don't be too freaked out. I'm trying to see if I have one I can show you while I buy us a little bit of time. Okay, can you see how that looks? You probably can't. I almost poured it out here. Let me show you. Ooh. Can you? Yeah, you see how it, whoa, I'm not doing very good. I don't know which way my camera wants to go. Okay. it's rotating on its own. So I'm just going to show you when we start mixing. That's going to make you guys all sick to your stomach. It's like, woo! Anyway, the glossy part kind of pops up on the top, and if you just mix it up again, no problem. Same thing happens sometimes to your bloom pouring medium. I've especially heard that from the Infinity Gold, which I love, by the way. Oh, yay. I see that you're still a moderator. That's good. It does it too. I saw somebody mention that in the bloom group, that it separates a little bit, but it mixes right back up too. So don't worry about that too much. So those are normal things. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. So yeah, I think everybody's back in, right? So we can start talking about pretty things. That'll be fun. Okay, so and for some of you guys who already use primary elements, this will be redundant, but I want to be able to create a replay that's easy for people to navigate through, especially because I'm going to share the recording in Leslie's paint pouring groups as a reference. So I think it just kind of helps to cover some of the basics. So when you get, and this is a perfect example because this one does not look like it looks mixed up. So this is Twisted Lemon. Hi, Judy. Okay, good. You're both still moderators. Awesome. So this is Twisted Lemon. You may not be able to see that very well. This camera's a little blurry, but this one, if you look at it, it looks kind of like it's going to be more gold or maybe even a green gold. So it helps to, when you mix it up, put a little dot on the top. So when you go to use them again, you know what to expect from the color. Otherwise, you might see this and be like, oh, that's not really the color I'm looking for. Because this color mixes up super vibrant. And I'll put you guys down in a second so you can see it better, but super, super vibrant. And it is like a super beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color. So I'm going to cover the colors with you. I have most of them already mixed up. And I think I ran out of Splendor in the Grass because I used it in that green bloom that you may not have seen it because I posted it yesterday, which probably wasn't the best day to post it because the swapping thing was happening. So YouTube was already very busy, but I'm going to show you the bloom because I think it helps to see how things dry. It hasn't been resined, but it's super pretty. I feel like my camera's very fuzzy. Oh, they did? I'm so excited. Oh, welcome back, Muna. I didn't know you got booted out. So this is, Muna challenged me and Jody on Instagram to do a green bloom, and she did a beautiful one. And if you follow our channel, I tagged both of them in the comments and I listed their green bloom, so you should check them out. But this one, I broke the rule that I usually tell you guys, which is a good best practice with pigments, is to put, it is, right? Okay, hold on just a second. I'm just gonna clean it. Sorry about my shirt that you're seeing there. I usually worry about the camera in the back. That's a little better, right? So anyway, I broke the rule that I usually tell you guys, which is you should sometimes lay down an acrylic paint on your bottom layer if you're concerned about kind of the pillow paint showing through at all, which you should do with paint too if you're concerned about a semi-transparent paint. I mean, they all do that. I kind of like that. So in this, where the pillow came through, it created a little bit of contrast, but it didn't, the color is not at all like watered down or anything. So I really like it. I used a lot of Puttin on the Glitz in this, and I used to Puttin on the Glitz as the base color. And I used all the Splendor in the Grass that I had left toward the top. So what I liked about it is where the pillow kind of shows through a little bit, it just creates a little bit of dimension. But I think it turned out fun. I was surprised at how much I liked green bloom. So thank you, Muna, for challenging us. And I'll just show you the first one I did. If you saw the video where I kind of played around with them and showed you the colors, it was kind of long. Hey, Deb. So this was the little tile I did for that test. And that was a lot of fun. I think they dried really nice. I made a set out of them. And I also made this one. What I meant to do that night is finish one more set from a previous thing that I had done, and I just lost my head and I started using the same colors on this, and I was like, wait a minute, I just finished those. So I just added in some random colors and it kind of turned into like a little rainbow. And there's some twisted lemon in there and sweet tart and Cupid's crush, and I think that's it. But it's fun. These will really pop when they're resin. So that's just to give you an idea of some of the colors I played around with. So yeah, I'm gonna put you guys on the tripod, and I'm just gonna apologize as kind of a sorry, not sorry, because my puppy pool is a disaster. And it's probably gonna be like that for a while. But it's because it gets painted in a lot. So I have to stand on the stool. Don't make fun of me because I can't see the camera when I put it in the thing. Okay. Oh, thanks, Judy. Okay, I'm trying to read y'all's comments and do all the things. Thanks, Angie. If I miss something sweet that you're saying, it's not on purpose. Sorry. Oh, you're probably seeing my ceiling, right? Sorry. Turning around. Okay. And looks like we're going the right way. Ooh, I should turn the sound off of my phone. Okay. I didn't even know it was on. It's never really on because... Oops. I'm just adjusting the tripod. Whoa. Okay. Can you guys see? I can't zoom, can I? I'm used to being able to zoom. Okay, whoa. I think we're okay, right? Sort of. We good? Thank you. I appreciate you not being embarrassed by my puppy pool. Okay. I think we have enough lights. The first time I ever went live in one of Leslie's groups, I was so embarrassed. I used my laptop so I could see the comments. And I didn't think about the fact that I couldn't turn my laptop camera upside down to paint. It was so embarrassing. Oh, look, I can zoom. Oh my gosh, I'm so not going to be this disorganized the next time. That's a good idea, Miss Judy. I think we'll do that. Sorry. I probably should have started that way instead of doing it later. Are we back? Okay. Sorry. I promise not every live is going to be a train wreck. I'm going to try to get better at these. Okay. Whoa. My phone is really being goofy. Are you guys motion sick yet? Okay. Fun, fun. Okay, so this is Twisted Lemon. Isn't that pretty? Now it's thickened up a little since Saturday, but I think it's fine. So pretty. Okay, so that's Twisted Lemon. This one, that is not part of the set. This one is... Okay, now you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You see how you can't see all the sparklies? It's because they're down there. So we just mix them up. This is Sweet Tart. It's a really, really, really pretty blue. Well, thanks, Tish. Yes, Muna, you and I are going to have some YouTube lessons. You can glean from all of the learning I have tried to do. So this one's a little thinner. I think I probably put more pigment in this one, but that's still perfectly fine for blooms. So that is Sweet Tart, super beautiful. I have them all over my table in here. This one probably has one of my favorite names. It's sassafras. Y'all are going to want to say sassafras for all of the random things you want to, when you want to call somebody a nickname, you're going to call them sassafras. I was telling Leslie, this girl that works for me, she called me sassafras one day because I was having to maybe give some pushback about something. It was no big deal, but so she was joking around and calling me sassafras. I was like, did you know that that's a color? And she was like, what? And I had just talked to Leslie about this color. So this color is very meaningful to me because I just feel like it was kind of a strange coincidence. It came up in conversation. That never happens, right? Nobody ever calls you sassafras and then Leslie puts it in a color name. That's only something strange that would happen to me. I love it. I think it's the greatest name. Okay, and don't mind some of my popsicle sticks have paint on them. This one is probably one of my favorites from this set. It's called Be Mine. And I have done some stuff with this one, but it's in the other room. You can tell I've almost used everything that I mixed up. So we may have to mix up more of this one today, but I love it. It's such a pretty color. You know, I always like the teal color. And then I have other things in here that are not from here too. So, oh, I meant to mix up some different cell activator and I didn't do it. Oops. This one is called Bleeding Heart. Isn't that delicious? It's such a pretty color. There's so many beautiful shades of like pink and red in this set. I love them. So pretty. Okay. And this one is one of my favorites. I say that about all of them though. There you go. Root beer was made from bark of sassafras tree and was called Oh, I remember seeing that, Miss Judy. That's so cute. See, sassafras. You can use it in a sentence now. This is pink lemonade. It's so pretty. So I did a magenta and yellow bloom the other day, and I used golden magenta and this color and twisted lemon and a little bit of lemon drop that I've had mixed up for a long time. It was really pretty. I'm gonna drop things. This is Huckleberry. I love this one too. Look at that. Boysenberry's like a long-time favorite of mine, so I really like that there is a color like this in the Puttin on the Glitz set. Woohoo! Okay. And this one is called Fireworks. Now I mixed these with my Infinity pouring medium when I mixed them because that's what I had out and already mixed, and so why not, right? Oh, I'll be your Huckleberry. So this one's really pretty, right? I love it. This would look really pretty with like a deep turquoise or with some sassafras and some butter toffee maybe. Or you know I like some autumn leaf. So, you know, start thinking of combinations you'd like to see them in, because sometimes I get in here and I get ADD and then I like freeze and don't know what I want to paint. This has got to be hands down one of the most beautiful. French Kiss. It's sort of, it's definitely got kind of a fluorescent violet feel, but it's way more rich and sparkly. Isn't that delicious? I haven't used that one in a pour yet. This is not this set. This one is perhaps one of the most world famous in this set, which is Cupid's Crush. I was getting a huge kick out of Kathy Miller and her husband when they were using these colors, and they were giggling at the names the other day. I was laughing. So Did I get this right? This looks pink in the light, but it's like a gorgeous red, and it seems to have a little blue shift, right, Leslie? It's very pretty. It's delicious. You're gonna love them, Muna. I can't wait for you to get them too. And then we can give you some challenges with your new colors. That'll be fun. And this one is Twisted Tulip. I love the name of this one. And I did use this one in the pour I did that very first one with the Cupid's Crush. Love it. I have to move some of these away because I have too many things. Okay, so I know I'm missing Splendor in the Grass. And so we're going to mix that one up together probably. And then this one is another favorite of mine. And as you can see, it's almost empty. Nebula Star. That is fantastic. So, super excited. Let me mix up some Splendor in the Grass with you and make sure I didn't miss any of them. Because I feel like I used up more than one. We're probably going to need some more Be Mine. Also, in case you're excited about ideas for storing your primary elements, I bought 2 of those like K-cup drawer thingies. Oh my gosh, hold on just a second. My husband's Echo is making noise. Give me just a second. Alexa, stop. Echo, stop. Sorry, that was super embarrassing. Sometimes Alexa thinks you're talking to her when you're not. For some reason, I don't have Splendor in the Grass in here, so give me just 1 second. Let me grab it. I also feel like I'm missing another one. We did the orange one, right? We did. I'm not crazy. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me grab it. I thought I had it out here, and we're going to mix it. Fireworks. I showed you guys fireworks, right? I'm not crazy. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, I got it. So this is Splendor in the Grass. You can see the little dot. Let's mix some up together. Don't bark. Please don't bark. That's so rude. Sorry about them. Hey, enough. They're very fierce. So if you follow our channel and you hear random snoring and grunting, that's them. I took a little video clip to show you guys who's always making noise, but I haven't put it on anything yet. Okay, so this is the Infinity 3-to-1, the golden Infinity from Lowe's with Jo Sonia. This is kind of the consistency. This may be a little thinner. I may have thinned it down. Yes, they totally run our house, Linda. They didn't used to be. We used to be in charge. We're not in charge anymore. We used to be more strict, I guess, is the right way to put it. So this is kind of a good consistency for me. The Behr 8300 works great for pigments. So does this one. I haven't tried the Valspar one. I've tried some of them, but not the one that's been recently recommended. The thing with the Behr 8300 is it's so super thick. So you end up using a lot of Jo Sonia. So I really like this one, the Infinity Gold, but it's a little pricey. But the way I look at it is you're going to save a little bit of money on the, what am I trying to say? Joe Sonia. Does that happen to anybody else where you just cannot brain? That happens to me. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way so I don't get stuff in them that doesn't go in them. Okay. I feel very disorganized, but I don't want to miss out on showing you the colors. So I have just a little bit in here. Repeat the name of, oh sure, the pouring medium. The pouring medium is the Infinity Gold. It's a Sherwin-Williams Infinity Gold. It's the untinted base C with the Joe Sonia. And so I was just kind of showing you guys the consistency in this mixture for blooms. It's kind of good because then you can kind of go with pigments or tube paints. And so we're just using a little bit in here to mix up the Splendor in the Grass, and then we're going to add a little bit more. It doesn't take a lot. I do see a lot of questions about cost effectiveness for primary elements. It doesn't take a lot. So you don't have to mix in a lot of pigment for them to be bright and highly pigmented. So I always tell people I use primary elements in almost every pour. But I don't think I'm out of any of the ones I've bought. Now, I use them for blooms a lot, so obviously that saves you a little bit because you don't use a lot of paint. But I think a little goes a long way. So you know, it might be an upfront cost, but I think it's definitely worth it in the long run. So this color is super, super pretty. Look at that. So I personally don't wet them down with anything. I mean, you could, if you wanted to dissolve them into some, you know, pouring medium or like Liquitex pouring medium or varnish, you can mix right into Polypore. The Polypore is a bloom base. It has varnish in it. You can also mix them into the Vivid Enamel and add varnish to them. That's an untinted base. So whatever works for you. If I already have this stuff mixed up, I use what I have mixed up. Then I know that everything I'm using is the same. But it's a really, really pretty color. Yeah, little goes a long way. So super, super beautiful color. Hey, welcome back, Leslie. So Splendor in the Grass. So beautiful. So on that green bloom, I used Bells of Ireland, which is kind of the bright green in the first Puttin on the Glitz set. And then I used this one. And then I used Nebula Star. I also used Peacock Feather, which is not a Puttin on the Glitz. That's this one. This is Peacock Feather. It's pretty, pretty, pretty. This is not one of the semi-opaque ones, but it's super beautiful. I used a little of the Laguna Azul, which is from the first set, and Nebula Star. So there was a lot of really rich color in there. So that was fun. That was fun to challenge myself to use a lot of green and still have a lot of contrast. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the pouring medium, and then we'll have them all mixed up. So my voice is starting to crack from talking. So I just want to talk a little bit before we start pouring about the difference between the kind of original primary elements and the Puttin on the Glitz set. So when you order or when you're using them, you kind of know the difference. So primary elements, like Peacock Feather, for example, is part of the original primary elements. And they are translucent. And Leslie, correct me if I say the wrong thing, because she knows all the technical terms, but they allow light and color to pass through them, just like a transparent paint might, which is beneficial because if I were to put Peacock Feather, for example, over this color, it would allow this color to pick up what's underneath it and not to completely block it. So when you're layering paints and you're doing blooms and those kinds of things, yeah, it maximizes the light and refraction, like Leslie said. It really pulls all your colors in together. So when I try to explain the importance of layering, it's not like you're having to do it to make something work. It's meant to do that. So, but when you use a transparent, let's just say we're not talking about pigments at all. If you use a transparent paint or a semi-transparent paint over a opaque white base or a color base, the color saturation is going to diminish as that stretches out over that surface, if that makes sense. So if you've ever worked with Amsterdam bluish green, which is by far one of my favorite colors, it doesn't look super dark if it's, you know, your foundational layer over a bright white pillow base. It's going to lighten up as you stretch your canvas and as you move your paint around. Same idea with a translucent pigment. So Leslie's kind of weighing in and sharing a lot more of the technicality as the color underneath comes through. You see more of the color in the whole piece. So it's intentionally done that way because you can use these for so many things. Now, we acrylic pourers have really taken off and use them in blooms and all kinds of wonderful things, and they work fantastic. It's just that you kind of need to know when you're dealing with a translucent color, just like if you're dealing with a translucent paint. So the wonderful thing about putting on the Glitz is they are semi-opaque. So when you need something with a little more opacity, you can use that as a bottom layer, or you can layer it in between, or you can sprinkle it in, whatever you want to do. And they have a little bit more opacity. So it helps you with your color saturation. So if you want to layer them in along with tube paints, they're really going to help kind of keep the color facets that you're looking for. But the transparent, it has a lot of amazing benefits because you can really see so many different colors in your piece that you probably couldn't see if you used all opaque or even all semi-opaque. So I'd like to touch on that because sometimes that causes some confusion. So the key for using primary elements in blooms is to layer the right way. It kind of also depends on what you want. I have shared with people in the past that I sometimes like kind of an opal-y look, which you can easily accomplish by using all transparent colors because they're going to pick up kind of the shine and the color without completely saturating the piece. So it just kind of depends on what you want. You can also glaze with them, which I've never done. And I have one bloom that I like, except for one part. And so I'm probably going to explore that a little bit. So what colors do you guys want to see first? And we'll do a little color test. Any ideas? While I clean up my mess over here. You guys can't leave me hanging. You have to make a suggestion. Nothing? Nebula. Yes. That's a beautiful color. My husband's iPad is not caught up to my phone. Okay. Do you know what you want to see it with? Nebula. This one, Angie? Ooh, Nebula and Twisted Tulip together? That could be classy. Ooh. Which other one? The peacock one? Okay, we'll do Twisted Tulip. Is this the one you're talking about, Angie? Okay. If this is the one you're talking about, Angie, we'll put it in one after that too. I like peacock feather. Okay. Nebula and Twisted Tulip. So if we add a regular paint, any suggestions? Ooh, or French Kiss, or both. That can't be bad. Okay. You know what I did that's dumb? I didn't put any of these next to their lids. So what if I get totally confused? Peacock feather is stunning. I agree with you. Pale aqua. That may be the one color I don't have mixed up, but I do have some sort of aqua mixed up. This is Twisted Lemon. Let me find your lids. That would be pretty though. I can't wait too. I can't wait to see all of you guys. And then you have to remember to share your paintings in the contest. And Debbie, I was seeing somebody's name. What'd you say, Deborah? Sassafras, yes. Ooh, what do you want to see sassafras with? Ooh, what about French Kiss? Oh, we could use, whoa. Sorry, I just spilled paint on myself if I sound super distracted. This is Pink Lemonade. Pairing these guys up. The contest is in Leslie's group. Acrylic pouring with Colourarte. I'm not organized enough to keep up with the contest in my group. It's called Acrylic pouring with Colourarte. I'll be your sassafras. I love it. Okay, speaking of sassafras, I just picked him up. I would probably run contests in my group, but I'm afraid that I would not keep up with that very well. So we'll just run contests in Leslie's group. Then I won't drop the ball on those too much. There's some pretty fun ones submitted this month. We decided to be cliche and embrace the Valentine's Day theme, especially since we have the Be Still My Heart set. You know, I don't usually embrace the, you know, flavor of the month theme, but it seemed appropriate. That's cute, Deborah. Okay, here comes the messy doggy pool. I tried to settle it down, but if y'all watch this channel, you're not unafraid because you've seen it before. Yes, and we do give away, the winner is the cover photo, and Leslie's very generous and gives you some product credit so that you can buy beautiful sassafras for yourself. It's so much fun. I mean, that's like Christmas, getting free color art. Okay, so do we want to, I don't know if I want to do this on a, you guys want me to do a 6-inch gallery wrap or a 6-inch tile? How confident are you in your color choice? Because you know, if I don't like it, I'm going to paint over it later. Or an 8-inch round. I have an 8-inch round too. Yeah, you can join. Everybody's welcome as long as they're nice. A tile, okay. We're not taking too many risks yet. I got you. I'm gonna pour over this one. If you are in Mark and Erica's group, do you guys remember the tribute to Mitchell? It was like a month or so ago. This was, I never actually played the video, but this was my pour, because his favorite colors were red, yellow, and orange, but my composition was pretty bad, and I just didn't ever edit the video. So this, it's still a tribute to him in my heart, but we are going to pour over it. So I just wanted you to know that it had sentimental value, or at least intended to be. Oh yeah, let me find this pale aqua color. I have, this will work. I have this color. It is Australian Blue Gum by Matisse. It looks a lot brighter on the website, but it does turn out to be a pale aqua. Hopefully you guys are not seeing me with the paint snot that I had stuck to my finger there. If not, Angie, I'll try to post it later on. So this is Australian, what did I just say? Blue Gum. I was gonna say Blue Violet, but that would have been a lie. I really like Matisse paints for blooms. They hold their structure really nicely. Are we gonna do a black cell activator? Because that would be my vote. Or do you want to do Payne's Gray? If we're going to do Payne's Gray, I have to mix it though. You're welcome, Angie. Okay, black works for me. I tried to make, I should have brought it out here so I could show it to you guys. I tried to make my old Payne's Gray work. It didn't work. It was too thick. It probably would have worked if I had thinned it down. This Nebula Star kind of needs a little more, so I'm going to thin it down a little bit. You can thin down your mixes with a little bit of polyacrylic if you don't want to thin them down with Joe Sonia. I just don't like to do too much of it. So I just keep some in a little bottle and thicken them up a little bit, or thin them down a little bit. Sorry, my brain has really been very dysfunctional lately. I think I'm a little tired. So we're gonna do, this is why I like lives, because when I don't know what colors, you guys can help me instead of me going, well, I could do this or I could do that, or I could do this or I could do that. Okay, so let's say do you guys want to do, I'm going to do a little bit of this one on the bottom, and then do you want Nebula Star or Twisted Tulip as our second layer? Whatever you put first or last is probably going to show a little bit the most. It is gorgeous, I agree. While we're deciding, bye-bye. Bye-bye bad composition bloom. I did it in the laundry room. That's probably why. My little blower didn't reach, and I tried to, I'm not good at blowing things out on my own. I'm gonna get better. Nebula Star, okay. Woo. Now when I did the green one, if you saw that one, I just put a ton of paint everywhere. It wasn't very well structured, but when you're doing a simple bloom, sometimes a little more structure is good because then you see a little bit more dimension. So we're going to put this little guy down first. It's a little thick. I'm a little concerned. I use too much paint too, so just know that I have embraced that. Probably okay. And then Nebula. I think we're all very happy to see Nebula Star in the mix. Oh, this set is only available through March 15th. Is that right, Leslie? That's exactly what I was thinking, Leslie. You read my mind. Okay, good, Angie. Glad you found it. I try to mention it on my YouTube channel too when we talk about products, because we always try to, I'm just going to use it all, right? Can't be too Nebula Starry. This is why I have so much color everywhere. Yay, oops, pretend you don't see that. I'm messy. You gotta embrace it sometimes. Don't worry about these bubbles. We're going to mess with them in a minute. This color is so fantastic. Okay. Just look at that. And if you wanted more of your nebula to peek through, you could squiggly that, you know? That'd be fun. I love a good messy bloom. Sometimes you just want to be messy. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember if this color is semi-opaque or opaque. I'm going to put just a little bit. If it's opaque, I don't want it to take over. So the one thing I'll say about using something that is super opaque on the top, I put a little bit more than a little bit. Sometimes it can create like a sheet. So like Shelley, for example, was talking about how fun it is to put tiny bit of white underneath black or vice versa sometimes, and I really like doing that. However, I have used too much white sometimes, and because it's an opaque titanium white color, it drowns out the color underneath it because it creates like this weird sheet of white. So, you know, every day that you do this, it's kind of like a science experiment. And what you did one day can work fantastic, and for no good reason the next day, sometimes it doesn't. So you just have to be patient with yourself and with the process. And like I said, I've been doing this for a minute, and I have days where I have no idea why nothing worked right. Okay, good. So if you guys didn't catch what Leslie said, the set itself will be gone, but the individual colors will be there, which is awesome. And the previous set, the individual colors are there. So the perk that you have is you're getting one of them for free, because Colourarte wants to be your Valentine. So it's kind of cool. But I'm super happy that they're going to be there. In case you don't get a chance, you can still get them. And of course, you can use my code if you want, which is Mandy1120. Save 20%. The new Prism pours out. So there's 8 total colors. So the cell activator is Lamp Black from Amsterdam in Australian Floetrol. It's about 3 to 3.5 parts paint to 1, no, opposite. See my brain today? It's about 3.5 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. But the way I mix it is I do it 1 part of Floetrol at a time, mix it in really well, and then I add the other part, because otherwise it takes too long to mix, and your paint doesn't always mix up right. So that's just my tip to you. If you mix in a little bit of Floetrol first and create a creamy consistency, it works better. So you know, I've been working on going bigger. So this is my little tiny world's smallest blower. I like that I can control it. So it's harder to go bigger than 4 inches because this little narrow thing that makes it easier to control creates these like narrow petals. So I'm working on holding it up a little bit higher to do that. So it's sinking, so I got to move quick. So okay. Whoa, that was too much. I'm going to go the opposite direction for a second. I'll catch that in a second. Uh-oh. I'm going to need my stool. This is a really good color choice, you guys. Okay, I used way too much cell activator. Hold on just a second. This may be a bad choice. That is going to be a bad choice. Hold on. Where's my stool? Okay, let me get my hair out of the way. I don't know why my hair's still down. You know it's going right in the paint, right? So hold on. Woo, this is why we keep in touch with our COVID hair. It's better for painting. Other than the fact that I use too much, I super love these colors together. And I blew too far down in the pillow paint, but I think I can spin that off. Oh my gosh. Nebula star. Let me zoom you in. Slowly, because that didn't work very well the last time. Whoa. Too much zooming. Can you guys see that? No, you can't see that. I like it a lot. That's so pretty. I probably never would have thought to put those colors together. I need to somehow get you guys closer. Well, let me just show it to you. It's so sparkly. I'm excited now. I want to put it on a bigger one. Probably not today. Whoa, you're extra close now. And it's on a little bit of a lag, so. Okay, I think we're probably okay. Let's try. Ooh, too close. Okay. Let me get off this stool so I have leverage. Other than my huge puddle in the middle, the colors are super cool. We're gonna have to try it on a bigger one. And maybe I need to not use so much color so we can see the definition in the middle. There's still a lot in the middle, so I'm gonna have to spin a little bit more off. Look at that. Woo woo! There's like a paint goober in there somewhere. Oh my gosh, I like it a lot. I love it. I'm so glad you guys told me these colors. The only thing is it might have too much paint on it. Leslie, do you think we should take the chance? It's probably okay. It's not jiggle wiggling. So you guys know why I'm doing that, right? This is just for a teachable moment. Yes, you do, Angie. They're so pretty. For a teachable moment, if it's jiggling when you do this and you have too much stuff left on there, your paint might crack. It's not as common maybe with a tile, but it does happen. So some tips for that, just while we're talking about it. Don't leave your stuff drying with a fan on, because it causes this to dry faster than the pillow, or the pillow to dry faster. I don't remember what the issue is, but if your paint is too thick or you have like a fan or something, I gotta spin it one more time because one of these corners is not covered. That's gonna drive me bananas. Oh, I might have fixed it. Hold on. Baby spin. So if your paint's too thick, if it dries too fast, or you leave too much on there, the pink is called Twisted Tulip. Those are a lot of the reasons why it cracks. Also, when you get little pits, sometimes your cell activator is too thick or too old, or just not a good paint for cell activator. So those are just some tips for you because I've experienced those painful things. And if you can learn from my mistakes, I would prefer that. Oh, I love it so much. Woohoo! Oh, I love it. Okay. What shall we do next? Tempted. Okay. Tulip and lemon. Beautiful combo. It's so pretty, Leanne. Okay, let me not pick it up from up here. I'm on the stool and I'm afraid I'm gonna knock it over. Let me move this guy. So what color paint do you want with the twisted tulip and or tempted tulip? I'm getting all the names wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry for butchering the names, Leslie. Got to get our drips off while we talk about this. Oh, gotcha. Tempted tulip. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So what colors do y'all want to do? I know that Angie wanted to do peacock. What else do y'all want to do? Sassafras and bleeding heart? Of course. That sounds like a great idea. What color do we want to throw in there with it? I feel like I'm like blinding y'all with the sparkles. That can't be bad, right? This is 6 inches. Sassafras and peacock, you read my mind, Leslie. I thought that would be a beautiful combination. With the peacock. Yeah, that'd be good. So you want to do the sassafras and peacock, Angie, or you want to do the bleeding heart and the peacock? That would actually not be a bad combo. Kind of the peachy coral type color and turquoise. Okay. Here come the puppies. Look, babe. You like it? The hubs approves. Okay. This is so pretty. Woo! Okay, we're moving on. Are we doing a tile for the next one, or are we going to be really brave? Not that brave. Still be small. All 3? We're adventurous, right? Okay. I put it on some old K-cups. You want to do a round? Okay. We can lighten it up a little bit. You're right, that is a dark color. We can lighten it up a little bit. We'll do a round. Let me get a K-cup that is not crooked. If you drink coffee like I do, which is a lot, you can use your K-cups as paint stands. Talk about a good thrifty trick. Use it for resin things too. Okay, we're gonna do a round. I think I have one that's taped up. If not, it's just gonna be messy on the back. I have a MDF round. Let's do. You do too? Haha, that's awesome. Might as well recycle the K-cups. The only bad thing is I haven't prepped this, so if anybody ever buys this, they're going to be like, wow, it's really messy. I guess I could sand it, right? Woo, we're just going to go for it. It'll stay in place better. Okay. Sassafras and bleeding heart. And where did you go, peacock? There you are. Oh yeah, I do that too, Miss Judy. That works great. Now, let me find a corresponding paint color real quick. So we can either do a why don't we just put yikes. We can either do like oh, Be Mine would be great. Sassafras Peacock. We can actually do all 4 of those. So for 2 paint, do you guys want to do Golden Honey? Is a great idea. And I have it right here. And then right underneath the cell activator, we could either do like a turquoise blue, or we could do let's see what else I've got here. I've got nickel azo gold. That could work. Might be too brown. Although it could work really well if we put it next to the peacock. What do y'all think? Let's brainstorm. I have Southern Ocean blue. I have nickel azo gold. And I have phthalo green, which wouldn't give us too much contrast. Yeah. That's up to you guys. Black is fresher. Oh, thanks, babe. Black is fresher. If we do black, I would say we probably should use the turquoise, like either a light turquoise or I guess black could work either way. Do we have a preference? You want a purple as the cell activator or on the top as the paint? I have purple. Light color underneath the purple. Like I already forgot what it's called. Bleeding Heart would look good underneath the purple. I'm thinking. I always use too much pillow paint because I've been caught without enough. If it's purple, I'll take 2. Well, you have purple all over your stuff there, so you probably like purple like I do. Black cell activator. Okay. Black cell activator is nicer when we're practicing going bigger. I think we're probably going to need a little bit more in the center. All right. So sassafras. And we're going to do some purple. I might have to put something a little bit light. So I'm using like a violet purple or diox purple. You guys think that's okay? Or is it too dark? Probably be okay, right? Last layer light. I might just put some more gold right under the top. All right, let's start with the Golden Honey. Oh, light color under the cell activator. Yeah, I agree. Let me think. I have magenta. It might be too much pink. Here's Golden Honey. If you don't know which color this is a Prism Pour color, and it's fabulous. Yeah, that's true. We can also drizzle the purple too. Let me ponder. So golden honey. Let me put this away so that I don't make a catastrophic mess over here. So I'm gonna throw you guys for a little bit of a loop. We're gonna put the Be Mine here. We're just gonna swirly it in. It's almost empty anyway, so what's that gonna hurt? I did one of these, oops, look at what I just did. I used this color with a hot pink and a Diox purple and a turquoise. It was really pretty. Okay, it'll be fine. Let's see. You want Peacock next or Sassafras next? Sounds like you want Peacock next. Okay. Peacock. This is like adult coloring. Maybe a little more complicated. Sassafras. That's what I was thinking too, Leslie. Okay, and I'm trying to clean up as I go because I am messy. Sassafras. You're such a pretty color, Sassafras. And then Bleeding Heart, right? It would be. You're right. The only bad thing about putting it right underneath the CA is because of the metallic stuff. It'll make it a little fuzzy, but I mean, we don't mind a little fuzzy in our life. I was thinking what we would do under the CA is drizzle so we can get some light in there. Either some golden honey, Bleeding Heart, then black. Okay, we'll do that. So pretty. This is going to be pretty, y'all. Look at that. My dogs are making noise. Let's hope if this is our last pour tonight that we end on a great success. Painting by committee. I like that too. Sometimes I wish you guys... Sometimes I have the brain fart while I'm recording, and so it makes the video super long. Okay, black CA. I was about to go rogue. I kind of deliberately didn't cover that entirely up, so let's see. Now let's pray for me, because we know that when we get bigger than 4 or 6 inches, my blowing out bloom skills need some work. I even brought a train wreck canvas in here in case we got really wild and wanted to redo it, but I knew we probably wouldn't have time for that today. There's my rogue dot of CA. Here we go. That's why it goes crazy. Oh wow, look at that. Okay. I need to go around this way before I use it all. clue. I don't like that. I hope that goes away. I may not focus on it yet. Okay. You see how it kind of goes narrow on the edges, but that's better than it used to be. So we're just going to try to catch the parts that don't have movement. What you're trying to do is blow, which I'm not an expert, so, you know, do what I say, not what I do, right? You want to try to catch any little bit of cell activator and blow it over those colors. Okay. I think it's probably going to be okay. The parts that looked, I mean, thankfully I used too much paint, so the parts that looked real crazy seem to have filled back in with paint. So let's spin it and see what happens. I'm going to move it a little bit because it's off center. Honestly, the colors look really good together. We didn't add any purple. Okay. Let's see what our composition looks like. I don't hate that. This might be the first one I don't hate in a long time. Let's pop some bubbles before it gets too stretched out. Wow, that's really beautiful. And I will say, the Puttin on the Glitz that we had right underneath the cell activator was very cell reactive, which is a positive thing. It celled very easily under the cell activator. Look at that. That's fancy. What do y'all think? Spin, spin, spin. We have a little bit too much paint left over and the edges aren't completely covered, but I think we'll probably... Now the back of this canvas is going to have paint on it. Oh well. I respect people who have clean canvases. I've almost dropped paintings trying to keep the canvas clean. One day we'll get there. Today, it's not that day. I think I like it. It needs probably another good spin. It's still a little jiggly. I'll be really mad if it cracks, so I'm going to cover it. Another tip is cover your paintings while they're drying. Food nets work great. There is a globby in here. Ay, ay, ay. I almost pulled this thing off the counter. Where did you go, globby? Is that it? I really don't want to get it because it's right there. I think globby's going to stay there. This little paint bubble. I keep seeing the globby. Yeah, he is there. What a little jerk. Ah, it's just a bubble, no probs. You can get rid of that. Only we will know. My pillow, Linda, is Glidden. I really should have told you that. I'm sorry. Glidden Premium Eggshell. I get it at Home Depot. It does have bubbles, not as much as the semi-gloss. And I mix a small batch with a couple of drops of isopropyl alcohol it just evaporates, but it causes the bubbles to kind of rise to the top a little bit faster. I stir it really well, and then I put it in a squeeze bottle. Well, I feel like this is a win, you guys. It's still jiggly. Let me do one more spin. A baby spin. Of the middle. This is probably the first decent sized bloom I've liked in a while. So that was fun to do with you guys. Yeah, Deanna, I have a color to go for colors, but I've not heard great things about the white. Oh, you guys can't even see this. I'm sorry. I'm afraid to zoom out because, whoa, I have paint on my fingers. Medium zooms. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, I actually brought some of the Glidden out here in case we got adventurous, but for time's sake, I think we might do that one the next time. But I really like these colors. I think they turned out great. Thanks, Tish. Thank you, Muna. Thanks, Leslie. Well, thanks, guys, for the color inspiration. I really like it. So was this helpful? Was the kind of the talk about mixing and layering and all of the fun things helpful? Thanks. The spinner sometimes is the best part. It's also super helpful to have Leslie here to fix what I might say that's wrong. Yay. Thank you, guys. I hope to do it more often. I know I've been saying that I'm going to do them, and sometimes it's hard for me to plan them. Like, I could do them on the spur of the moment when I get a free minute, but that's not really going to do anybody any good. Thank you, Judy. I super appreciate you guys coming. It is a beautiful set. She outdoes herself every time. Thank you, Leslie. Yay. Oh, thanks, Linda. Thank you, Deanna. I hope you get your own set, Angie. Thanks, Sherry. Thank you, everybody. I so appreciate you guys coming. I'm so touched that you guys joined. Like I warned you, it was going to be a little bit chaotic, and I think we had that, but now I think I understand better what to do. Next time, I just need to keep track of my husband's homework schedule. Usually Mondays or Tuesday nights are not too bad. So I would like to try to do them at least once or twice a month. So when I do, I'll of course post them in my group, but I also post them in Leslie's group. So even if the topic's not, primary elements, I'm still going to post it in Leslie's group for you guys that want to attend, because I'm probably going to paint with primary elements anyway. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you coming. Like I said, the replay will be available, and would you say chaos doesn't hurt? I'm glad you think that way, Deanna, because I'm going to always be that organized. I appreciate you guys so much. And I know my husband's doing homework now, but I'm also super thankful for his help in the beginning. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you guys for joining and for moderating. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you. You guys are so nice. I'm going to clean up my edges, and then I'm going to turn off my camera. And I'll try to show you guys the resin results once it's final. Good night, everybody. Thanks, guys. Hugs back. Bye, everybody. Night, Miss Judy. Good night, Deborah.